Now for me, trading plan and that constant evolution of a trader, that's the difference between, in my mind, being a professional trader or being on that path of becoming a professional trader, right? So yes, you can be a profitable trader, but not necessarily a professional trader, right? Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a small subcategory of profitable traders. But the distinction that I have for profitable and professional is that a professional trader will be able to make money in the markets no matter what the market conditions are, right? If we go to a global currency and all the countries agree, hey, we're all going to just go on this one currency and Forex isn't around anymore, professional traders are going to have a problem with that. We'll deal with it, right? We'll find a different alternative asset class. Or trading bots come out and somebody finally cracks the code for a profitable trading bot or something like that, right? A trader is going to have a place in that market. A professional trader is going to, right? So, different asset classes, whether there's a bear market, bull market, professional trader makes money, right? Whereas what we're starting to see, or what we've seen a lot of in recent times, is we have profitable traders, but not professionals. I've seen dozens, if not hundreds of them here in Canggu, right? And what's illuminated that these were just temporarily profitable traders? It was when the crypto bear market came around, right? It was every mum and grandma who bought in, who just timed it, could have been a self-proclaimed profitable trader who managed to buy in at 10,000 or whatever price, $3,000 for a Bitcoin, right? However, what happens when there's a bear market or when something happens, black swan events, right? A trading plan or a trading strategy or a trader without a trading plan, when facing these challenges, they crumble, right? And they end up giving all their profits back to the market. So that's the difference, right? Profitable and professional. Other examples are your we've got these EA traders, these bot traders. We know there's various marketplaces out there pushing their trading bots onto people, right? Of course, if these trading bots were as good as they say that they were, then most of the time people would just keep their own bot, right? If they've managed to crack that code that thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people who have come before them who have also been trying to crack it, yet I'm yet to find somebody who actually has, right? You've got Ukrainians in their mum's basement who are far more clever than I ever would be, still struggling to try to crack the code of the trading bots. And I don't personally think it's possible until AI truly exists, and that's artificial learning. That's what AI is, right? It's a computer, it's a self-learning computer, not just an algorithm. So these EAs, or this artificial intelligence that you see some of these guys promoting online, it's not artificial intelligence, it's just an algorithm, right? So yeah, algorithms break if you give them enough time. Trading plans, professional traders, we adapt and we change and grow with the markets, right? I can guarantee you, if you stick around, if you keep trading for the next 3 years, 5 years, you're going to be trading differently than what you are today. Probably even in 6 months. Maybe even after this call, you'll be trading a little bit differently, right? That kind of level of flexibility is not possible if you buy an EA or a bot off the shelf, right? The other ones are signal services. I get so many. You won't believe how full my inbox gets from people saying, hey, you sell signals, right? You sell signals. Like, can I get into your Telegram chat? We don't have Telegram, right? I'm not interested. Because what we're in the business of is creating professional traders, all right? Every professional trader is profitable. Well, if you're an unprofitable professional trader, I'd debate that you're actually a professional trader, right? But not every profitable trader is a professional. That's kind of what I was alluding towards, right? The goal here, my dream, my goal, my vision and purpose, what we've come through from Deep Dive, is to give as many people as possible that life of freedom and have control over your financial future and future generations, right? You can't do that from an EA or a bot or signal services. So without further ado, let's jump in. Here we go. Importance of a trading plan. This is what we're going to cover, is what is a trading plan? Why it's impossible, keyword here, why it is impossible to be profitable without a trading plan. Bit of a polarizing statement there. What you should include in a trading plan, testing your trading plan, and trading plan ongoing development. Trading plan evolution, we could call that. I prefer that. Right, so what is a trading plan? We'll start there. You can see here on the side, there's a little snippet of my actual trading plan, right? So we can see there, this is I have mine in my trading vault, but you can store it wherever you want. Of course, I know people that use Apple Notes, use Notion. You can get as fancy with it as you want. Now, like trading, you don't need to be fancy for it to work, right? For it to be effective. Sometimes getting too fancy will encumber or inhibit you from actually ever executing on your trading plan. So first thing, start out lean, start out green, start out minimal, right? This one here is a little bit more advanced, as you can see over here. I have my different trading profiles there. So I've got my primary, which is day trader, secondary, hybrid day trader. I've discussed these a little bit in detail in the past. And that's inside each of those profiles, I've got different subcategories. So I've basically got 2 trading plans here, right? And depending on the setup in the market, I will either be trading personality A or trading personality B. Now it's 80, 90%, here we go. So primary trader profile consists of at least 70% of trades and is the default personality, right? So that is, yeah, exactly what I just said. And then secondary, I've got the hybrid and when and why and how, what needs to present for me to go to this hybrid day trader, right? Characteristics, so on. What's the difference? Conservative neutral targets, all these things. And that's just the overview here. So in that, there's a reasonable amount of information, right? So we've got current trading objective, account scaling, goal, evolution, trading timeframes, markets, risk profile, trade management, execution, high time frame analysis, low time frame execution, and then scale and positions, plus other stuff, plus evolution. Like we build it into that strategy. We build it into our system, into our trading plan, right? So a little summary over there is what is a trading plan? A trading plan to a trader is what a recipe is to a 5-star chef, right? Now, I'm not talking about the chef who cooks your family dinner every so often, right? And he kind of just does what he wills. This is, we're talking 5-star fine dining restaurant, right? A great chef crafts and perfects a dish to the best of his abilities. He samples and tests the recipe in a contained, risk-free environment before adding it to the menu. What does that mean, contained, risk-free environment? He invites his friends over. Maybe he does a free dining session for a free dining session for different people who come in the door. You know, they'll do a little open day, whatever. Anyway, you get 100 different people and say, do you prefer it with the peaches or do you prefer it with the apricots? And we'll split test and actually find evidence. And enough people, okay, yeah, 60 people will prefer the apricots and 40 people will like the will prefer the peaches, right? Yeah. So then before adding it to the menu, rarely, if ever, he refines the recipe. If he refines the recipe, he begins the process of testing all over again, right? So we'll go and he'll go and ask, sample the people and test it, trial it. That's the level that we want to be playing on, right? Now, of course, your cafe down the road, right? The Green Fern or whatever your favorite cafe is where you go, and sometimes even different staff, different members there, they'll have different ways of making the coffee. And you're like, I don't like it when she makes the coffee, but this other lass over here, maybe she's good at it, right? You've got different preferences. So when we're talking at this high level refinement of systemizing, that's essential, right? So that's the trading plan. Just a little analogy there I thought could be useful. Joel's already dipping out. That's okay, buddy. I understand. So the point of that is never try a new recipe in live market conditions without doing sufficient testing. It's frequent that we end up flip-flopping, right? We find a new idea or we see somebody who's doing this a different way of trading. Sometimes they've even got a completely different trading strategy. You see people talking about order flows and liquidity grabs and all sorts of absolute valuable, perhaps, information, but absolutely irrelevant information. And you try to incorporate that into a strategy. Now, this is like the chef who's made this fantastic trifle, right? He's mastered it, he's tested it, he's tried it, asked everybody there, and he's got a layer of custard, and he's got a layer of cream, and he's got a little layer of that sponge broken up, and then he's got some then he's got the fruit and stuff down the bottom, the fruit salad, right? Now, That sounds delicious. He's tested, he's trialed, he's refined it. Maybe he even bought the recipe online. Who knows, right? Probably not if he's at that high level, right? It can be a strategy that you've made or a recipe that you've designed and created yourself. Absolutely. I'm all for that. Or one that you've got off the shelf, such as the pro trader strategies that work, and you can refine them yourself. Maybe you want to add some sultanas or something in there. Me personally, I'm not a fan of sultanas, so I'm not going to be adding that to my trifle ever. But maybe it works. But we've got to trial and test it, right? Now, these other ingredients that we find online from other trading coaches or from other traders who find that these elements of trading are useful to them in their dish, their strategy, their recipe, may not be that useful in this, right? It's like getting it's just like getting a tin of tuna and just dumping that in your trifle. Now, I don't know about you or what you're into, but to me that sounds absolutely atrocious, right? I haven't tried it, to be fair, and if somebody really convinced me and said, Luke, it's the shit, you gotta try tuna and trifle, man. It's like it'll blow your mind. I would try it. I'm the kind of sicko that would, right? But I would assume it's not gonna be very good. Not to say tuna's not tasty, right? You might love tuna, you might love trifle, but different ingredients in different dishes, it doesn't make sense. So it all comes down to the relevance of what you're incorporating in your strategy, right? Now, as I mentioned, the pro trader strategies are very finely refined over years, over a decade, right? That I have personally tweaked and refined ever so slightly to improve upon those, to then offer them up to the pro trader community. But they're yours to do with as you so choose, and this is the difference between professional trader and profitable trader. Professional trader, what you're going to learn today is how you can evolve on those strategies. A professional trader doesn't rely even on Luke or this community, right? Let's say I got hit by a bus tomorrow or next week, a year from now, you'll be able to go on with your trading journey, right? And refine and tweak and keep up that constant evolution. Cool. So trading plan, this is to conclude the trading plan. Is specifically a set of systems. Within each system is a series of processes, and within each process there is defined parameters. Right? Each parameter has been tested for proof of efficacy. That's what it is. Systems, it's processes within those systems, processes that have parameters, defined parameters for each process, and then each of those parameters have been stress tested for proof of efficacy over longer periods of time. Cool. Is that making sense? Is that you guys picking up what I'm putting down over here? Good stuff. So that's a good way of looking at it. Now it can be quite intimidating when you're thinking trading plan. Holy fuck, where do I begin? Right. When you have that and you think, okay, what are the different systems in place for a trading plan? And we have spoken about this in the past. 7 or 8, depending how you want to rank them. Different traders may have different. You can create your own systems. I'm going to give you my set today, the basic leaned down version of them, and then within those systems you've got those subcategories, those processes, and then the parameters and how you do those processes, so on. You guys get the point, right? Cool. Moving on. The major thing here as well, there is intention behind every element of trading. There's intention. There's awareness, right? We're not letting our limbic system drive our trading decisions. We're using our neocortex, right? This is what being human. We're using that human element, not the emotional element, right? Now, the emotional element, what I've been learning and studying is it's very important. It's still critical to trading, right? So it's not suppress emotions. It's not hide the emotions. It's not run from them. It's about using and feeling those emotions as exactly what they are. They're just another source of data. You've got the data on the screen, the lines. You've got the indicators on the screens, which is more data. You've got the news events. You've got Forex Factory. You've got the things. This is just more data, right? You've also got an emotional response, which is more data again, right? If you're feeling rushed, you're feeling pressured, you're feeling anxious, okay? These could all be, ask yourself why. Okay, maybe I'm underprepared. Maybe I actually am rushed. And that's a big red flag saying, hey, don't take that trade. Or you might be feeling greedy or fearful of missing out. You might be thinking, oh, shit, I got to get to this meeting in 10 minutes and I got to get on. Oh, this is a great setup presenting here. I'm going to jump in on that. Whatever it is, fear or greed that's motivating that decision, maybe there's a hole in a previous system that you have created, which that system is your fixed trading hours. And you violated that system by booking in a meeting right during the London Open or New York or Asia session, whatever it is, whatever you've diligently chosen as your trading hours, you're violating that system by booking a meeting in. And it's not that you FOMO'd in. Well, I mean, it's not the emotion that fueled the poor quality trade or that poor decision. It's that you actually violated the system the week before when you decided that you wanted to get a haircut on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Right? It's that kind of thing.